Okay, so the Golden Globes is over. So let's recap everybody that won at the Golden Globes and possibly how this shapes the Oscar race. Make sure you guys like and follow for more. I'm John Talks. I like to talk about TV and film and everything in the world of cinema and entertainment. Let's get into these winners. So Wagner Moore made some history tonight. He took home the Best Actor in a Motion Picture Drama and actually became the first Brazilian to take home this award. Very historic. I'm very happy for him. He was amazing in Secret Agent. Secret Agent as a whole is a very good film. And I feel like because of this, the award race for the Oscars is going to be really between him and Timothy. Because tonight, Timothy took it home for Best Actor in a Musical or Comedy. And unfortunately, that means Michael B. Jordan didn't win. I already have a video. I'm going to talk about that. I just have a conversation. There's some things that I just noticed about the Golden Globes that I'm just not very happy about when it comes to sinners and how they treated sinners. But nonetheless, Timothy Wagner, I feel like that's the award race for the Oscars right now. I don't see a scenario where Leonardo possibly could creep in and take it. Maybe at the actor awards and make a case. Maybe at BAFTA. Who knows? But right now, it's looking like it's Timothy versus Wagner Moore. Jessie Buckley actually also took it home for Best Actress in a Motion Picture Drama, while Rose Byrne took it home for Best Actress in a Musical Comedy. And I feel like this was expected. This was really expected. I don't see a scenario where Jessie is going to lose in this entire award season. I think she's the favorite, rightfully so by a lot of other people's metrics online that I'm seeing, and especially on Gold Derby. I think she is the favorite. I think if there's one person that could challenge her in this category, it's Rose. But I don't really see that happening. I think the Oscar is going to go to Jessie, and I think Jessie is going to sweep this entire award season when it comes to the Best Actress category. But nonetheless, very happy for Rose Byrne. She's getting some very, very, very much needed recognition because she was amazing. And If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. That movie is also a very good movie. But as far as it comes to the Oscars, I don't see a scenario where Jessie loses. So in my opinion, Jessie is going to sweep this, and I'm very happy that she won here tonight as well. Speaking of Jessie Buckley, Hamnet took it home for Best Motion Picture Drama, one bad after another, took it home for Best Motion Picture Musical or Comedy. This really is coming as no surprise because it's looking like Paul Thomas Anderson's movie, they are going to be sweeping a lot of the categories, especially when it comes to the Oscars. This actually is really a little bit of a shocker because going into this, I thought it was going to be Sinners. I actually thought Sinners were going to take home a lot more awards than it took home at the end of the night when the Golden Globes was over. Like I said, I have a video for that. I'm going to make it. I have a conversation about that. That's for another video. But as far as this award, I thought Sinners was going to win it for drama. It was looking like all the signs was pointing to Sinners as far as just how it was being ate up by the critics, how it was being ate up by the audience. The audience really loved it. Critics love it. I thought this was going to be, okay, it's either Marty Supreme for musical or comedy or one better after another, and for drama, it's got to be Sinners. But Hamnet comes swooping in, steals the award. It wins for motion picture drama, one better after another, no surprise, wins for musical comedy. And I feel like now with this happening, it kind of teeters on the line of now it being one battle after another versus Hamnet, possibly versus Sinners. Still a little bit, depending on what happens at Actors Awards and happens at BAFTA. But in my opinion, I don't see Sinners now in the conversation for a potential winner for Best Picture at the Oscars. Maybe Marty Supreme with Timothée Chalamet winning for Best Actor in a Musical or Comedy. But Sinners really underperformed here tonight, which is very disappointing to hear. It's still a little bit of hope with the Actor Awards coming up and the BAFTA. But yeah, I right now it's just looking like it's one battle after another versus Hamnet at the Oscars for Best Picture. With that being said, PTA also took on Best Director for one battle after another. Original score went to Sinners. K-pop Demon Hunter won both Best Animated Film and Best Song. Golden is a really popular song. I don't see this happening at the Oscars. I don't see a scenario happening where at the Oscars this doesn't happen for K-pop Demon Hunters. I really feel like it's the one true animated film that everybody's been raving about, and especially Golden is a very popular song. I myself love Golden. I think that's a very good song. I am a little surprised because when I saw the category and when they announced it originally, as far as the nominations weeks ago, I saw I Lied to You, and I was thinking to myself, okay, if there was one song that could come in and swoop in and take this award from Golden, it's that song, because that's a really good song. That's one of the best songs from any movie last year. I Lied to You is literally one of my favorite songs. That song and Rocky Road to Dublin, was it's some of my favorite songs from Sinners. So if I was like, if there was one song that could possibly that could swoop in and steal the best song award from K-pop Demon Hunters, it was I Lied to You. But it went to Golden. I didn't see that really as a surprise because Golden's a really popular song, like I said, and K-pop Demon Hunters, everybody loves that movie, so there's no surprise there. But also the real surprise here was the start of the night, the first category that was getting announced. Best Actress in a Motion Picture. I honestly thought, based on what we saw at Critics' Choice, I was like, okay, there's two options. They can go with Amy, they can go with Tiana. I honestly thought Tiana was going to win at the Critics' Choice and Amy was going to take it here, but then Amy won the Critics' Choice, and I was like, okay, it's looking like Amy is now becoming the favorite. What happens? Tiana Taylor wins Best Supporting Actress in a Motion Picture. First major upset of the night. And I'm saying upset in the sense of like, yes, Tiana was one of the favorites, but based on what happened at Critics' Choice, everybody was like, can Amy Madigan win? Like, this looks like this is the year Amy Madigan is going to be sweeping this award. Golden Globe said, no, 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 no. Tiana Taylor said, no, 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 no. This is my time to shine, and I'm very happy for her. I'm very happy for her, because if you look at her performance, I honestly thought they was going to be campaigning her for lead based on how that movie was looking and based on how much screen time she had in that movie. She had about maybe 20 minutes of the first, she had about maybe the first 20 minutes of the movie. The first half of the movie, she takes up like a large chunk of the screen time telling the backstory of like how Leonardo DiCaprio and her got started in their characters. So I honestly thought they were going to campaign her in lead. Maybe Chase was going to be in supporting actress, and then obviously Regina Hall would be in supporting actress, but they campaigned her in supporting actress, and then she ends up winning. So I honestly now think she is the favorite for the Oscars to win at the Oscars. I honestly think outside of Amy, it's really now between Tiana and Amy. I don't see a scenario where Ariana wins. I think Wicked for Good is just dead in the water. I don't see that happening. There's no scenario where I think Ariana Grande is going to win the Oscar. I know a lot of people want her to do that, and I know that a lot of people are being campaigning for her to do that. I just don't see that as a scenario like happens at the Oscar, unfortunately, even though I think Ariana is the better half of that movie between her and Cynthia. Cynthia's good, but I think Ariana, it's really Ariana, it's really Glinda's movie. It's really a Glinda movie, but Tiana Taylor for the win here, and also Stellan Skarsgård with Best Supporting Actor in a Motion Picture. He gets the win for Sentimental Value, and I'm surprised by this because I thought it was going to go to one of the Olber brothers and Benicio or Sean, or I honestly thought it was going to go to Paul Mescal or possibly Jacob Elordi or even Adam Sandler. I didn't see a scenario. I didn't think that Stellan Skarsgård was like a heavy major favorite according to different ballots and different analytics and what everybody was saying online. I honestly thought based on the Critics' Choice, I'm like, Jacob Elordi is going to be a dark horse or maybe even like the upset like person to win this category. But it felt like it was going to go to Paul Mescal, especially with Jesse Buckley winning. I was like, Paul Mescal's got to win. Sure enough, Stellan Skarsgård takes the win for this award, and honestly, now I'm looking at the Oscars a little differently. Could Stellan Skarsgård win the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor? It could happen. It could very much happen. And you guys can't see it on the list, but also just to point it out, Sinners did take home Best Cinematic Box Office Achievement Award. If that means anything for Sinners, I don't think it does. And like I said before, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it again. I have a conversation. I have a video. I'm going to talk about that. You guys should stay tuned because I have some thoughts about just that whole fiasco tonight with Sinners and it underperforming and what I think it means for the Oscars. But also something else I want to point out. Paul Thomas Anderson won Best Original Screenplay for One Battle After Another at the Golden Globes tonight, making that 4 awards that movie has won at the Golden Globes. So there you have it. Possible sweep at the Oscars. I see it happening. Nonetheless, these are the winners for the Golden Globes tonight. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section. Share your thoughts, reactions, opinions. Who are you surprised by in certain categories that won? Who are you not surprised by? And how do you guys think this shapes the Oscars? I want to hear from you. As always, I'm John Talks. This has been a great conversation. Hope you come back for our next one. Like and follow for more. Have an amazing day. And I will see you guys in the next update. Deuces.